Hello, welcome to Business Insights. My name is Tony Loop, and today I want to talk about a company called GSA Expedite. Now, they're based out of Clearwater, Florida, and what they do is they help other companies get through the process of filing the paperwork and negotiating pricing in order to obtain a GSA schedule from the U.S. government. There was a huge push, obviously, for the government to do more work, do contracts over the past few years. So much so that in order to even get on a GSA schedule right now, get on the schedule, there's like a 12-month waiting list. So even if you file your paperwork now, it's going to take another 12 months before it's finished. At which time the government can start buying directly from you. This company, GSA Expedite, the way they market is they start with a phone call. They call you up and they say, I don't know what they actually tell the gatekeeper. I assume they say they're calling about the GSA, which leads most people to jump at it because it's the government calling. Okay, the government's calling. They want to buy stuff. Let's talk to them. And then they go into their sales pitch. Their sales pitch starts with, the government's one of the biggest buyers. The government's one of the biggest buyers. They will, they say, I believe their script that they use actually says they want to ensure you don't miss any opportunities. That is what they told me the last time. Now, this company has called me every month, probably twice a month for the past 6 months. Every time I get on the line, I say, hey, look, when I first started, it was, we're obtaining a GSA, we're going through the process, you've missed your opportunity, thank you, have a nice day. They call back again. They have a little in-house, I believe it's in-house telemarketing, because their website actually provides a phone number, and last time I was on the phone, while I was talking to the rep, I used another phone, dialed the number provided on the website, and asked for that rep, and the call got routed to them. Doesn't necessarily mean they're all still there, but either way. The time previous to the last time they called, the person actually said they could ensure we would get government contracts. Now that is just completely false, and he may have misspoke. And after being so aggravated with this company because they continue to call, I asked for the supervisor. I said, look, man, this is what your guy's telling people. This is what he just told me, that he could he can ensure we get government contracts. And the supervisor's like, oh, no, that's not on the script. No, we don't say anything like that. And I said, so you're telling me if we get the FCC involved over your telemarketing practices, and we send someone over to audit tapes, no one's going to say that they're insuring anything. Oh, no, we don't say that. So now obviously they call back again because that's just how bad they are at this stuff, at telemarketing. And believe me, I understand telemarketing. I know that there's individual reps who don't want to code do not call based in consumer telemarketing, or a lost opportunity. So they'll code it as something else, a busy, call back later. And so that's why you keep getting these calls, because the managers hammer these people for losing opportunities instead of trying to train them and coach them properly in order to, you let them get all the nonsense out on the bad records. You take your bottom of the barrel, you let them get used to it through there, because turnover in telemarketing is usually pretty high. But anyway, so this last guy calls, and I let him do his whole thing. Try and be as polite as I can, and I say, look, so you're telling me you're insuring us government, and what he said was ensuring government opportunities, which means they can ensure by setting up an email alert through what's known as Fed BizOps, The federal procurement site, everything over $100,000 that the government buys has to be listed there. It is open for bid on those sites, generally. So, and you can go on there yourself, set up an account. It's free. You register CCR. You go there. You set up you put your email address in there. It will send you email alerts based on keywords, based on different preferences. There's so many free options out there to do federal contracting. You don't need to go through these services. But so there's so this guy, and that's what they mean when they say, "Oh, we'll ensure you don't miss any of these opportunities." They're not saying you're gonna get any contracts, but you won't miss the opportunity to get contracts. It's just total smoke. It's ridiculous. They also started the call with he said that they are approved, right? Which, and the way it was stated clearly indicates or clearly provides the it makes a person believe that they have been approved by the federal government in order to provide this service. Now, there is no government approval. There is no stamp of approval the government uses on these people. It says, yes, these people are approved to help all commercial businesses obtain a GSA schedule. It's just misleading is what it really is. It's wordplay. It's nonsense. But so that's what they do. So not only do they just keep calling, but they use this terminology that anybody knows. Anything at all about what the real deal is going to know. They're purposely using terminology and words, to verbiage to guide people and give people an impression that really isn't that accurate. What they do then is we'll schedule an appointment with one of our managers or whatever, the expert. And then the expert will call you. And actually, I even had them, they told me they could. Just so I could hear what this guy's pitch was. And I told him to stop calling. That, it's a lost opportunity. You're wasting your own manpower. You're wasting time. You're wasting just all these resources for no reason. You're wasting my time. They're wasting their time. When they could be working on better sales and I could be working on, stuff I do. It really is silly. Now, when I told this guy, I said, look, you guys can't be doing this kind of nonsense. It just, you're just making it look bad for everybody. Now, I'm not going to get into some of the other companies that I know. I know there's a lot of companies out there pushing, and I think their offer was like 7,000 or 8,000. There's some companies that are going to charge you 10,000 or 15,000. And depending on how they handle it and how they're going to go through it and what they're going to do, it could be worth it easily, depending on how much the government buys of whatever product you manufacture. But the way this company is doing it is just, in my opinion, is wrong. To start things, the takeaways are, when someone tells you over and over and over again, you've lost the opportunity, move on. Or that your script is misleading. And when they start mentioning the FCC, especially for telemarketers, it's not a good idea to call those people back. Really, I understand the idea of telemarketing. I understand telemarketing. You have to have the dials. You have to keep the dials up. The more people you contact, the more sales you will get. But in managing telemarketing, just a little bit more effort would increase sales. A little bit more training would increase sales and would provide so much, when you're talking about branding and customer relations, there's definitely a better way to do it than to just hammer someone and get your reps to be afraid to code things correctly. And all that shows that your management style is you're just hammering these poor people so that they don't have any choice, but they're scared to code something as it correctly should be coded. So anyway, this is Business Insights. GSA Expedite is the company. It's been just pure torture, and I have no problem expressing that here. Anybody that calls me, I will provide full information. I actually have names the times they've called, the people I've spoke to, it's a it's been a horrible experience for me. Listening to the same script over and over again from the same company over and over again. When I tell them, all they're doing is ending up wasting my time and everyone else's. And I wouldn't be doing this video right now if they hadn't called this last time. How many times, does it take to get through to these people? So let's see what happens. We'll call this part 1, because for some reason I'm thinking there's going to be a part 2. Well, let's find out. So for Business Insights, my name is Tony Loop. Thank you.